Essequibo, it's your turn to join the PPPC Road to Victory Rally. Bring your family, your neighbor, and your friends as we renew the mission on Saturday, July 26th at the Anna Regina Market Square, starting from 4 p.m. Hear from President Dr. Irfan Ali, General Secretary Dr. Barrett Jagnio, and Prime Minister Brigadier Retired Mark Phillips, and others. We are staying the course with massive historic achievements in education, housing to healthcare, infrastructure to innovation. As the most trusted political party, we are transforming Guyana for all. Let us rally for the People's Progressive Party Civic Victory on Saturday, July 26th at the Anna Regina Market Square, starting at 4 p.m. Vote PPPC. Forward together for a better Guyana.
Vote for your country and party, and finally we voting for the PPP, and finally vote for your people and party, and finally we voting for the PPP, and finally we want a leader with a plan, someone that's a visionary, even as a man. So come vote, my brother, sister, and family. Make Guyana move better and stronger for we. Vote for your country and party. Here finally, we voting for the PPP. Here finally, vote for your people and party. Here finally, we voting for the PPP. Here finally. One Guyana, one people. Put your hand in the air. Everyone must vote. The 4 years in power, they done so much for we. People getting more job, better economy. Yes, they doing it. More housing, new roads, proper infrastructure. The government making sure we have a future. Ask your uncle and your aunt. Just the other day, we get a grand. Oh, vote for your country and party. Here finally, we voting for the PPP. Here finally, vote for your people and party. Here finally, we voting for the PPP. Here finally. Well, you don't know, this is your boy, hooray. The PPP promise a better life for we. Level 5 services to comfort you and me. You don't know. The eye care, free dental, free lab services. The government giving us the dialysis, free university for your children. Cancer patient don't have to spend. No, vote for your country and party. Here finally, we voting for the PPP. Here finally, vote for your people and party. Here finally, we voting for the PPP. Here finally, one Guyana, one people. Vote PPP, Your Excellency, Irfan Ali. And that's how we do it.
News, views, and what's hot today will keep you wired in every way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Livewire. Wake up, the day is bright, time to feel the flow. Turn your dial to Livewire, we're ready to go. With Courdel Jones, you know it's gonna be real. From 8 to 9, from 8 to 9, bringing vibes you can feel. New news, views, and what's hot today. We'll keep you wired in every way. We'll keep you wired every way. In every way. Livewire, fill in and feel the spark. Every morning lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Stories that matter, we got the scoop. From the latest headlines to the local truth. It's your community, your voice, your power. Livewire hits you every hour. So grab your coffee, your tea, or toast. With Courdel Jones, we'll give you the most. Livewire, we'll give you the way. Running to the energy, the beat of the street, the show that connects. It's where people meet. We're wired to your world. We got the news on Livewire. There's nothing to lose. Livewire, fill in and feel the spark. Every morning lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way.
Good morning too. I know there was a reason I don't wear this short, this mixing. So if you chroma key, I either use green or blue. And by this is light blue, mixing with the background. Nevertheless, good morning to all the persons tuned into the program. It is the 25th of July, 2025. Good morning to all those persons across the diaspora. Morning to the persons across the 10 administrative regions. Special good morning to the persons in the comment section. Thank you for being here with us for yet another program of Livewire. And I trust everybody had a wonderful night's rest and they are ready to go ahead with whatever's planned for today in terms of moving your life forward and, accomplishing what you set out to accomplish. Yesterday, I did a live in the afternoon, and I was heading to the Team Mohammed's press conference. Then I saw the post saying that the invitation was fake. And then apparently there was another post with another invitation, but with less information. And then too, it was an invite-only situation. So again, these people are determining which media they talk to, and hopefully they think with the ones that they invite, they'll fare better. But as they'll find out, most media houses, it's got some ruthless killers in there. You understand? So we had a little situation like this yesterday.
On behalf of, you have another question? I'll take one more question and we will wrap up the session.
I just want to come back in quickly. I've just only been able to read your energy plan.
Based on the voice, I know who this is. I'm not going to call her name. I don't want her to be targeted, but this young lady, I would say we're friends. We're not friends. We're not, at least I don't think we're enemies, but we function in the same space. And she always comes with very salient, pertinent questions. You understand? So when I heard the voice, I was like, oh, this here is trouble. This here is trouble. Right? Because I didn't even want to say the media house she is, but she would have had to identify herself there. She's from the newsroom. And every time I've heard her ask a question, the questions are very deep and thought out. Right? So she would have done her research, so she knows and understands the topic. And then she asks you to ensure that you know exactly what you're talking about. Right? So apparently there was some discussion about an energy mix and Wynn's plans for power generation in Guyana. Right? But one of the most important things you need to work out or have knowledge of when you're looking at things like power generation in Guyana is how much power you need to provide. Was the requirement, right? 10 megawatt, 300 megawatt, gigawatt, terawatt, bigawatt, whatever the wattage, whatever watt. You, as the government, or let's use the current administration. So power falls under the prime minister, and Minister Indar also assists with the portfolio as well. So those two gentlemen, right, have to have a clear idea of, okay, look, Borabis, the entire Borabis, all the residents, businesses, homes, traffic lights, street lights, everything, all of that you have to take into consideration. Okay, Borabis burning 15 megawatts a day, right? So you have to know that. So you know, okay, Borabis burning so much, Joshua burning so much, this burning so much. So to power this nation, we need so much power. But apparently, persons think managing a country is a cake shop operation, right? If you think managing a business is hard, imagine managing businesses within a country, managing persons' lives, ensure that they benefit from things and they can progress. It's a lot of thought and calculation that has to go into it. So the reporter asks a very pertinent question, because during their presentation, the information wasn't forthcoming. So like, okay, so you add in solar and wind and this gas, sure. Was this power the power demand that you catered for? How you come up with this? Right? Look at it. And what I want you to take notice to, a seasoned politician like Don Hastings, the look of complete stupefaction on her face. This is not a word, but I can make it a word today. Look at Don Hastings' face as the question is being asked. Not even her as a seasoned politician, Tabitha Sarabo Haley as a seasoned politician, couldn't even say to us, hey, you know, we're throwing out these numbers, knowing these reporters, knowing how the General Secretary for the PVP stay, let me do some mathematics and make sure that the maths it. No. Just call numbers, excite people, and hope for the best. Look at Don Hastings' face. Y'all watch.
So far from the manifesto. And
Okay.
I don't know that it mentions wind and solar, as you mentioned in your presentation. I just like if you can tell us perhaps what's your expected power demand. What's the power demand you're aiming to satisfy? Because I don't see it mentioned here. And if you believe that.
Do you see? And if the cameraman didn't have a wide shot, because I think I'd pay money to see the look on A's face right now. You understand? I think I'd pay money to see the look on this guy's face right now. But clearly, from the two that we can see, right, there's nothing floating around in the air to assist or to give any information on the question being asked.
Wind and energy and the gas sector project that you mentioned here will satisfy that power demand.
Look at that. Look, listen to me. I hope Guyanese don't take this country's future lightly. I am hoping so. Because there may be some of you, especially the younger generation, where y'all might feel, hey, the small is a more like we, boy, let me get a smaller chance, boy, let me get a smaller chance. This is not a game that y'all playing with. I personally think a high inability to manage this country. The risk that body will put this country at is remarkable. And the fact that so many persons just don't care. I heard a lot of them talking about, oh, we're a sovereign nation. We could feed ourselves. We could feed ourselves. We need nobody. We got to fight with the US. Y'all need to wake up. Y'all need to wake up. You see what happened to the sovereign nation of Venezuela and how people are living there? And all of them have to run here, there, and everywhere. Name me one country other than China, right, that are under US sanctions and flourishing. But let me say Russia. I don't know what's going on in Russia, but Russians seem to be doing okay. However, we here in Guyana, we are nowhere on the scale of a Russia or China. So name one country that's not a first world country that is under US sanctions, that is thriving and doing well. Mark, the France want y'all to sovereign nation. Get behind it. Get behind the Mohammed's boss. Mark messaged me this morning saying that I lied on him. He never said that. What did I say yesterday? I said yesterday that I asked Mark de France at the public meeting if he thought that the allegations made by OFAC were fake, trumped up, right? And I said that Mark told me that yes, they're real. You understand? And Mark, you may need to go back and listen to my live because I never said anything about you speaking on drug smuggling. I spoke specifically about the OFAC sanctions. I asked you about the tax evasion and the gold smuggling. I didn't say OFAC. I said, do you believe that the allegations of tax evasion and gold smuggling are trumped up? You said OFAC sanctions are real. What does that mean? Are you agreeing with me or disagreeing with me? Are you saying they're fake or are you saying they are real? What was your... Look. What was your point, Mark? What was your point, Mark? Listen.
How are you moving, Courdel? I see you really trip out today. But you're lying, my buddy. I don't like how you're lying, man. When you asked me about us, I told you OFAC sanctions are real.
What did I ask him about us? This is the voice of Mark de France. This is the voice of Mark de France. I said, Mark, do you believe the tax evasion and the gold smuggling accusations against your leader are trumped up? Do you think they're fake? Is he wrongfully accused? Right? You think OFAC sanctions are real? The accusations against your leader is what led to the OFAC sanctions. So if OFAC sanctions are real, then, and you believe that OFAC sanctions are real, then are you not saying that you believe that the accusations made against your leader is real? Man, comment section, am I going crazy? Am I wrong to deduce that from Mark's conversation? Am I a madman? Somebody please tell me. Somebody please tell me. Hold on. I can play the rest of the voice note. Hold on. Right? Somebody please tell me.
Hey, how are you moving, Courdel? I see you really trip out today. But you're lying, my buddy. I don't like how you're lying, man. When you asked me about us, I told you, OFAC sanctions are real. And that's the only thing I told you. You gonna run your mouth about smuggling and I don't know what and what and what and what. All I said.
The OFAC sanctions are based on gold smuggling. That is what I said yesterday. Based on the OFAC sanctions, they are based on gold smuggling and tax evasion. And I asked Mark, do you think that this is fake? They trump it up and is people just out to get Azzedine Mohammed? Fake. Right? No. OFAC sanctions are real. So, like, he don't even have an understanding of what he's saying. Right? Listen. No, let me play the other one.
OFAC sanctions are real. And Jonathan can quote me on that. But I see we're having your moment, so this is good.
So at least you know I wasn't lying yesterday. I did have the conversation with both of them. And since you mentioned Jonathan's name, let Jonathan say if I'm lying. When I said yesterday that he is just here for this campaign process. So this done, he gone. Back to wherever country he working or living in or whatever it is. You understand? He is gone. So he's not even interested as an executive. I can't even say executive member. Anog is no more. He's not even interested as an executive member of Anog to serve the country that you fighting and going on for and saying everything's so terrible and everybody so they're bad and everybody, oh God, Guyana, oh, what are we gonna do? You would even stay in there. You gone. You come to rile up people, make a set of people uneasy during the elections and then leave. But again, that's just confirmation in relation to what I said about Mark de France, believing that his leader, Azzedine Mohammed, smuggled gold and evaded taxes. I honestly believe that's the fact that I said that in that video yesterday, they throw you off the head table. Right? They threw him off the head table. Now listen to Mark de France justification for not being at the head table, and tell me if this is not the most amount of ignorance you ever hear in your life. I am so disappointed in Mark de France. You understand me? If I the name de France, depot right away today. You hear me? If I was in de France, I would have depot that off right away today. Straight to the JPA to go in today. Madness. Listen to this. Listen to this.
about the head table, that is Wynn's manifesto. So they presented their manifesto.
But you're not a part of it. Morning to John Thompson on the live. We're happy to have John here so we can educate him. And hopefully we could impart some knowledge so that the chemicals from the blue Kool-Aid that he drink, that poison in mind, we could get it out. You hear me, John? This show is for you to help make you a better person. I hope the fridge walking at the back of the truck and you got no reason not to take any calls or debate your points or anything like that. Right? So you hear Mark de France. This is Wynn Manifesto. Listen, Mark de France just said, is with my fact, let play what I sent to he first. I got to hear if I cuss because he just get my man. I don't know what I can't remember if I cuss any voice note to send to he. Look at you. You're even at the head table. Are you talking about me? You're not credible enough to sit with those people. Those people went through their own defense. So, I'm going to play what I sent to Mark first. Look at you. You're even at the head table. You're ashamed. And you talking about me? You're not credible enough to sit with those people. Those people went through their rotations. Right. You understand? So Mark was not at the head table. Mark was not at the head table. And this was Mark's reasoning or explanation to why he wasn't at the head table. Listen again.
About the head table, that is Wynn's manifesto. So they presented their manifesto.
Y'all hear that ignorance from Mark? The Ford France? Ford? Mark? Y'all hear that foolishness from Mark? Huh? Y'all hear that ignorance from Mark? Mark took a whole political party. A whole political party and push it into Wynn. He's the first man that inject life into Wynn. The first man that inject life into it. Mark bring a whole political party to join Wynn. Well, T. Mohammed's. Tabitha, Natasha, come on their own with the two long hand. They come like baker. All their tools at work. They ain't gonna walk with nothing. Tabitha and Natasha come with the two long hand. And Don Hastings. Come with the two long hand. Mark de France bring a whole political party. They come, the three of them alone. The three stooges. They come as the three stooges. He bring a whole political party. You understand? Natasha Singh Lewis was there. She was at the head table. Tabitha was at the head table. Don Hastings was at the head table. So again, I'm saying to you, Mark de France bring a whole political party. Tabitha, Natasha, and Don Singh. Oh shit. Sorry. Sorry, Don. Sorry, dancing. Sorry. Tabitha, Natasha, and Don Hastings. Dancing. I don't know. Yeah. Those three come like three baker at Bakewell. They got walk with nothing. They come with the two long hands swinging. All their tools at work at Wynn. Mark done lady groundwork. Right? Now the man who bring a whole party don't even get a seat at the head table. These people didn't bring the whole PNC. They didn't bring the whole app, no. They literally didn't even walk with supporters. They don't even know if they got supporters. Who was a Tabitha Sarabo Haley before the coalition government makes your minister? What was a Natasha Singh Lewis before she became a member part? Nobody knew her. Nobody knew of her. Nobody knew any accomplishments she had, any activism she do. Nobody didn't know this lady. Who knew Don Hastings before she became a minister of the government? The former government. Who knew these people? I would admit nobody knew Mark de France as well. But my point is, he bring a whole party. He even got a seat at the head table. And the people who walk with the two long hand get a seat at the table and allowed to speak on the Wynn manifesto. They can deliver on the Wynn manifesto. And the first man that say, I go jump out and support us. He there in the back with a phone. And they're on a keyboard. You don't shame Mark de France. This is what you dwindle down to. I mean, you didn't high up in society or nothing, but this is where you become, buddy. This is where you become Mark de France. In the voice note, he says, this is Wynn manifesto. Are you not a part of Wynn? You're one of the founding members, so to speak, because without you, you are the first professional that signed on to Wynn. Because it was just scrapes comedians, they coming on there. Right? You are the first professional to sign on to win, and they dash you in a corner. Look at you, Mark de France. You should be very disappointed in your treatment. Right? You should be very disappointed in your treatment. Now, what is more troubling? What is more troubling is the fact that what we heard yesterday as a manifesto was copy and paste politics. Right? Copy and paste politics. Y'all should change it from win to whip, not WIA and WIP. Reinvest in plagiarism. You understand? The Win Manifesto isn't a vision. It's a verbatim lift from the PPPC's achievements and plans, rebranded with no original thought or delivery credibility. Now, what are they offering? A reduction in VAT. Been there, done that. Right? When promising to cut VAT from 40% to 10% and zero rate essential items. The Air Finale administration already removed VAT from electricity, water, medicine, construction materials since 2020. This isn't new. This is news to the T. Mohammed's party. Oh, shucks. T. Mohammed's them talking about tax reform. The PPP government already delivered on that. Raising the personal income tax threshold. And mind you, doing the calculations so that you see that it's not, the taxes lost is not going to affect the economy and the government's purse and how the money is circulated. So you can't just raise it while. You understand? So they raise the income tax threshold by way of, and this would then reduce PAYE. This happened already. Right? Win is simply reheating PPPC fiscal playbook and pretending it's a fresh idea. They gone to Exxon renegotiation now. No, I must admit, Team Marley, this year is a bold act by promising to renegotiate this contract that even the PPP weren't able to do. Right? But what they did do is put systems in place so we don't ever get another contract like that one. You understand me? They make sure we get some more royalty. And I think that's important. So that ship has sailed. And only thing we could be doing is chasing the wake. That is it. They talk about persons with disabilities and women and vulnerable groups. That development bank is already being built. The PPPC is already building it. So their proposal for a development bank to support small businesses, women, and persons with disability is a carbon copy of what's in the PPPC's 2025-2030 manifesto. And the groundwork is already laid out by this administration here. I spoke about this a couple of days ago when Nigel Hughes and his newfound brain, Karensa Graves, Andy Barth, who went to join the AFC, decided that they had a lease and license on any idea to put forward a bank to help women, vulnerable groups, persons with disabilities, and small businesses. They had the monopoly on that. Right? They had the monopoly on that. So nobody else can come up with that idea. We heard about 10 to 12% co-investment return schemes. Guess what? Odessa, PP had it first. Right? The citizen co-investment vehicles were already designed under the PPP with frameworks developed to attract diaspora investment and empower locals. We heard about free tertiary education and upgrades and agriculture investment. Again, all ongoing PVPC programs. Right? So this T. Mohammed's manifesto reads like Ashni Singh's budget speech a couple of years ago, with all the things that they want to do that currently happening. So this is a part of a plan that is already being executed, that they are coming to persons now to say, well, hey, we're going to do what they are already doing for you. And the sad part about it is a lot of the supporters of this party, not all of them, because I see some intelligent ones there. I saw Leslin, I jumped. I said, what? This lady was a... Anyway, everybody got a choice, and peace and love to you. Right? But what I'm saying is, the stuff that they are saying they're going to do, a lot of it is already being done. Right? A lot of it is already being done. And the fact that you can't come up with a fresh new idea to actually get people on board with your party, it speaks volumes. You should probably really take a back seat indeed. Right? So, again, this team, Mohammed's, is not a credible bunch. It's not a bunch that is interested in real development. This is theater guild at its best. Theatrics. Right? So even with the ideas that they stole from other people's manifesto, remember the manifesto just promising you where you're going to do thing. You would now have to have a plan to deliver on all them things that you say you're going to do. Right? You can't govern with glitter and slogans. You need systems. You need partnership. And one of the most important things, you need some sort of experience. All of which the PPPC is already using to get real results. So I don't know. Now I remember what I was telling y'all. So I was talking about the things that these people mentioning in the manifesto that are already being done by the PPP. And a lot of the supporters of that grouping are not the kind to make the extra effort to access information. There are some in there, right, who are well aware that a lot of the stuff that they mentioned yesterday is already being done by the government or already being actioned. So it's in the process of being done, and they're going through that process. But again, a lot of them people that you hear hollering out there and going on, they don't take the time to avail themselves to find out what the government is offering. All they know is PPP, and they hate it, and that's it. That's it. You understand? So persons might hear gas to shore, but they don't know what it is. They just know that the PPP building something over the river named gas to shore. They don't know that this is the intent is to cut your electricity by half, which Win is now claiming they're going to do. Mind you, not with a new project, with the same gas to shore project and the same solar and wind energy initiatives put forward by the PPP. You understand? The same thing. So now persons who join the party or supporting a party who actually now paying attention to politics, it can sound like a new idea. But to the people who are around and informed, where did I hear this from? You understand? Where did I hear this from? So, if you guys at Team Mohammed's are plagiarizing, at least give credit. Right? Team Mohammed's entire pitch borrows from PPPC policy, but offers zero acknowledgement and zero improvements. So every idea that you hear there, that you could say, well, I hear this before, it's a PP idea. They didn't even try to make it better. They didn't even try to make it better. They just literally like as in perfect harmony. You literally carbon copy Jagjo. Look at the people out here. You have Indo-Guyanese, you have Afro-Guyanese, you have Amerindians. This is the only multi-ethnic party in the country. Literally carbon copy off of Jack. That's what Jagdio says. And that is what I'm trying to show y'all. Whilst Aubrey Norton is nothing of substance, well, Nigel Hughes continues to lose credibility daily. They're not that bad. At least they try to be original with the slogans and the party rhetoric that they're putting out. But this guy is just literally going around copying off of everybody. I was told by a source that some of the stuff we didn't hear yesterday, Tabitha, Don, and Natasha brought from the PNC. So even PNC, stupid ideas they're stealing. So for you to present PPPC policies, not acknowledge the creator of the policies, add no improvement to these policies that you copy. Odessa, us, Mark, it's lazy politics disguised as leadership, brother, sister, and whoever Mark is. Lazy politics, right? Every promise in their manifesto already exists under the PPP government. Executed, funded, or already in motion. No plan, no originality, no credibility. Just recycled slogans wrapped in a shiny new package. Probably a Lamborghini box. You understand? Probably a Lamborghini box. Jokers. Right? Look yesterday, Odessa talking about, this is not the PNC APNU and flanked left to right by PNC APNU trash that they throw out, that they want. Y'all realize this guy stopped calling people names? David Hines. When last you hear David Hines call somebody a house slave or this or that? Now he's circumspect. These African Guyanese who gave their vote to Mohammed, they're willing to sell their vote. Now you're talking nice. You're using calmer words. You got sense now. Because your daughter involved. You want bishop. You want bishop. I hope you could keep your money for sure. In case, God forbid, the banks decide to save the rest of the clients. These guys, look, Look. Here, listen, I gotta get out of here to Essequibo. I hope to see you guys up there. You understand? I hope to see you. Patricia, you want me to send you a link and you could spice it up for us? We would love to hear your take on things. We would love to hear your take on things, Patricia. But it may be that you probably got the same amount of brain capacity as Mohammed. So it might not be that interesting. But let me send you a link to your Facebook Messenger. I'll wait a few more minutes for you. Let me send you a link to your Facebook Messenger and let you jump on here. And you spice it up for us. Let me see. No, she may be watching from a different location. Patricia, put which page you're looking at the show from, man. I come to one page, me see it. And I never search too long. I want to give you the opportunity to rebut anything I said in terms of correcting me because I said that it's here you there. Hi, Patricia, I see you. Let me go to your profile. And watch. Look at this. Okay, no. She seems to be a real person. The old tiger. Yeah, Patricia. No, you did nice in your young days, man. I see you in this photo here in front of the World Trade Center. In memory of the twins. Oh my. Patricia, I'm sending you an invite to your inbox so that you could give us some spice. Jesus Christ. Ooh. These doctors are your grandkids? Interesting. What? Proper stocks? Patricia, check your inbox, man. Patricia Anderson. Check your inbox. Jump on the live. Come help me spice it up. Give me some information that I have. Give me some information I have. Anyway, guys, listen, I gotta get testy, Kibo. I ain't bad with Patricia. I think Patricia might be another John Thompson. Right? Just talking a lot of, and ain't got nothing to back it up. Or when they get into faxes, get vexed around. Guys, see you Monday, same time, same place. I know I make a lot of promises to y'all this week that I didn't deliver on. But from Monday, is interviews nonstop. Right? For the whole week. From Monday. I realize, Patricia, thank you for acknowledging. I thank you. Thank you for acknowledging. Right? You and Mark DeForge. Peace in a pod. Anyway, guys, as I usually say before I go, it's all about peace. It's all about love. It's all about
we are a peaceful people, struggle as we struggle, and we don't look for trouble, just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places talk about taking over,